construct. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, one more do say. Coming up. Yeah. Come on, yeah. Come up now. Come on, stop me. Come on, you coming up.
There she is.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the House of Peach series. We are back for another power pack, information filled, exciting, funny, laid back show. I look forward to this every week. This is like
I
one of
do
the
too.
highlights of my week is coming on and sharing this time with people and giving some information. Like we've been getting some good feedback from what we've been doing since the end of January. Can you believe it's like flying by?
I know it doesn't even feel like really we're only
Yeah,
in 5 months in a minute.
I know. And we have yet so much content that
I know,
we have, so
I know.
many guests, so much going on. It is good. It's this is not, you know how sometimes writers they have writer's block, so they write so much and then they just kind of are at a standstill. They don't know where to go with their project or what to do. We're
Yeah,
not like that. We're like overflowing with stuff. It's like, okay, where are we gonna add this in? That's a good
most
problem to
definitely.
have.
Almost
Yeah.
definitely. But I think both of us have our hands in so many things as well as our personalities. Like we just end up in spaces with a lot of amazing people and with
Right.
being intentional in our lives, we are really manifesting the type of people that we want to be around and that we want to be empowered by or that we would like to be able to empower. So, I too look forward to
Yeah.
the
So
Tuesdays.
between the two of us and all the other connections that we have, we are completely covered. But that is not to deter anyone from messaging us. We still want
Yes.
you to reach out to us. If you would like to be a guest, you got some great things going on. If you know of someone, or if there is a specific topic that you want us to discuss, we want you to reach out to us. There's so many ways to do it. Morgan and I are both on Facebook and Instagram. We're both on TikTok. You have the House of Peach page, not only have the email everywhere. There's so many ways to let us know if there's something particular. I keep thinking about the he said, she said that we're gonna start.
Yeah.
We got to discuss that so we can develop a launch date for that. So I'm excited about that part and having the men to come on and we talk about relationships and everything he
All
said
types
she
of things.
said. I was so looking forward to that is going to be good. Hey Jackie, hey Cheryl is my
Hello.
cousin. Hi. So we are so happy, but tonight we have a phenomenal woman coming on here and I cannot wait to hear her because I've always wanted to know what it's like to be a female truck driver. I've always wanted to know that because I see them and I'm like, you go, girl. You better drive this truck. You better wheel that on in there. Like, unbelievable. But
That's
you are
literally what my mom used to say. Like growing up, that's literally what I would hear her say. She'd be driving in the car and she'd be like, "Look, it's a woman. You go, girl." And she'd do one of these. And
right, right. Hey, mama. And my mama's on here. Hey,
hey,
mama.
mama, mama.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. No. Oh, yeah, I did say I was going to share. Okay, I'm going to stop. Said I was going to share my mama. Okay, I'm not going to be the little spoiled brat. I'm going to share my mama. So Morgan said, hey, mama. So I want to let you introduce because you know her well. I'm going to let you introduce her and then
Okay.
we want to bring her in. But yeah, you do the intro. I'm just excited about getting her on.
Okay, I am too. That I apologize, but okay, so she would if I went out before, but yeah, she was sending messages trying to make sure that she could hear and everything like that. So I'm hopefully we're good to go.
Okay.
But yes, so I actually just recently had the pleasure of meeting our guest.
Okay.
I want to say last month. Was it last month?
Wow. That was
Yeah, it was last month. Yes.
destined to be. She was destined to be on this show.
Most definitely. Now, I had heard of her for
Mhm,
some time, but never actually, connected, made a face, had a conversation, and, nothing. So,
mhm.
her girlfriend asked my partner and I to come and cater for her birthday. And
Oh.
yes. And so we came down. Ashley is a great, great, great friend of mine. And so, she was like, hey, yeah, sure. I'm like, I'll come down. Why not? So I get a chance to now, serve her family for her birthday. And we had that most absolute fun. Like it was very chill, very down to earth. But Jasmine, when I say like wow factor shocked me,
Oh.
yes, like she is just one of the most amazing, amazing people. Her spirit is just so genuine and real. And when she told me what she did, my jaw dropped. And then when she went into detail about what I was like, wait, you do, wait. So many questions in my head. And what ended up supposed to be being us, shooting down, doing a dinner, hanging out for a little bit, and, on the way back, it ended up being a therapy session for all four of us. It was just, when I say it was awesome. We really just shared and really just empowered each other, gave each other ideas, really just like she's just absolutely amazing on all fronts. So
Wow.
without further ado, I would like to introduce Jasmine, our
Yeah.
truck driver. Hey!
How's it going, ladies?
Hi. How are you?
How you
All
doing?
is well. How about yourself?
And we are great. We're so excited that you agreed to come on and be on the show. We have so many questions to ask. Like, I want you to spill it all. I want to know it all because this is definitely for me. It's an honor because you just never know that you're going to get a chance to have a conversation with a female truck driver because we grow up knowing that's a man's thing. That's a
Yes,
man field. And now I've been seeing lately in the past few years several women. So I'm like,
yes,
we can do it.
yes.
Oh, we can handle a lot.
Very true, very true. Within these last few years, women are taking over. Okay, this is like you were saying. This is not just a man's game. Women is in this thing too.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
and we riding with the best of them. Okay, we riding big and we riding tough. We riding good too. Um,
That's what I'm
so
talking about. Yeah.
I love it.
So between Morgan, so I'm going to tell you, this is how Morgan and I do things. I will write questions and then she'll write questions and we'll put them together.
okay,
Never have I had 2 pages of questions until today. Now,
what's up?
say- that's not to say we're going to get through all of them, but I know I just had questions like, okay, I want to know this, I want to know this,
Yes,
and then Morgan said her. So we are going to get into it. And Morgan, I don't know if
yes.
you start it off with the questions, or if you want me to. It doesn't matter. We're gonna ask
Well,
as
and
many as
listen,
we can.
you had a lot of the same questions I do, but like I said, the first one of the first questions I asked is, so you do what? And what made you do this?
All right, so let's just start with that.
Yes.
What
Yes,
interested you the most to go in this field with so many other things? What was
yes.
it?
You know what? Okay. So I live in Virginia and I drive to Delaware often, right? Just in my regular car. My wife and I, we do this often. I'm talking about multiple days out of the week, out of the month. We are hitting that road and we love to travel. So prior to me
Mhm.
driving trucks, I always looked at myself like I could do this professionally. And if I could get paid to drive, I'm already doing this wasting gas. So I might as well do it for real. So I did security before this. And my father drives trucks. He was driving trucks. He's a tanker. So
Mm.
that means he has his hazmat as well as his tanker endorsements. I do too. I have some as well. So he'd been driving since 2008. So one day, once I was doing security, and I was so fed up with security, man. I was done. I was waking up like I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't. My dad called me one day. He was like, "Jay," I was like, "What's up, Dad? What's happening?" He was like, you know, Walmart hiring truck drivers for 100,000. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. And so, matter of fact, after he said that, I said, you know what? I don't mind changing gears. It's still early in the game. So since I knew I would always want to drive professionally, I never thought of trucks. But when he said that, I said, you know what? Why not? I can do it. They can do it. So can I. So the next day I enrolled in school for truck driving school. And once I enrolled in school, I mean, it was meant to be. I mean, everything
Mm.
just started happening. Like it was just so like effortlessly happening. So I let it unfold in front of me, and it's been a dream ever since. I was riding with Ashley the other day, and I said, you know what? We were dreaming about like I called the school and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to start school to drive trucks. She on the truck with me, and we sightseeing. We going places. So
Wow.
it's amazing. This
That
is
you said something that really sparked me because that happened with you when you get into a field and it feels right and it's
yes,
effortless and it flows and it's smooth.
yes,
That is your confirmation that you are
yes,
supposed to be in that field. That's how it was with me in surgery. My first
yes,
day in the operating room, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my make me or break me day. Either I'm gonna be pumped
yes,
out or I'm not. And I was like literally
yes,
pushing the surgeon, like, oh my God, I'm asking questions. And then everything just flowed and it flowed so
yes,
well. So yes, when you
yes,
realize, and people that are listening are going to watch the replay or
yes,
whatever, when you find your niche, when you find
yes,
the thing that excites you and motivates you, it
yes.
does not require a lot of energy to do it,
Right,
and you
right.
love it, that's
Yes,
that's at least one place you're supposed to be. So that makes
absolutely.
sense. So how was school? How was it like your first day? Now, were you the only female in the class, or were there other women in the class with you?
Yes, I was the only female in the class. Everybody was looking at me like, "What you doing in here, shorty?" you know. Um, and I was looking right at him like, "What's up?" I didn't even sweat it, because for one, my whole life I've always gotten the stares. I've always been
Mhm.
the different one. I've always stood out. I never really fit in with the rest of the crowd, so I'm used to it. I like being the
Mhm.
sore thumb. I'm all right. Because I like to show and prove. I'm that type of person. So
Yeah.
um once once school started, it was actually exciting. I love to venture or new ventures, right? So this is new. I'm getting my feet wet. My father was telling me a few things prior to school, so I'm like, okay, look out for this, look out for that. Okay. Um, After being there for, I would say, school lasted for about a month and a half for me. The course itself is about a month, and then you have to take your tests. School was challenging at first. It was fun, but it was challenging. My first challenge was learning how to drive a manual stick shift as a truck. So first of all, I never did it in a car. I never
Mhm.
did it in a car. So now I'm learning a truck, a semi truck, and I'm learning a 10 speed. Y'all, what? I was, so I yeah, I had to transition. It was a huge transition. However, it was the most rewarding
Wow.
transition ever. Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that is amazing. Like I could never imagine myself. I get scared driving the 26-foot U-Haul. I can't imagine the semi, like, yeah, some stuff's gonna get tore up fooling with me. Like, yeah, nah, I know my limitations. I need this 26 footer scared me
Yes.
enough. I'm good with that. Y'all handle that.
Yes.
But yeah, having that drive and that determination, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna
Yes.
prove this to you. Oh, you don't think I can do it?
Yes.
Watch. Just
Yes.
well,
Yes.
that is amazing. I just like you were right, Morgan. I love your energy.
Right?
I
Thank you.
do. You are just like hype. Like you got me over here like this is great.
That's
Thank
how
you.
I
This
spent
is
the whole night. Like, oh my goodness, what?
this is
Well,
real
look, you can
life.
do this. You can do this. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
full of everything. So wait, so after, please, the test.
Yeah.
What is the test?
Woo. Okay. So the test is a few things that you have to do. So there is a written part of the test. So you have to understand the front to the back. I'm talking about from the rooter to the tutor. You got to know the ins and outs of this truck. From the alternator, from all the belts, all the wires. Make sure you don't have any leaks. You got to make sure that all your glass and everything is clean, clear, cut, not cracked or broken. You have to know every single thing about this truck. So we bust it down. So understanding every single piece of the truck, that's one thing. There's a lot of components that go with it, so you have to understand the movements. You have to understand the shifting. I drive an automatic now. However, during training it was a manual, so you have to understand your RPMs, which is pretty much how you shift gears, and you hear that vroom, what time, when to change your gear. It's your revolutions per minute type of thing. Anyway, as I go on, the test that you take is not only understanding the truck inside and out and the movements. You have to parallel park this bad boy. Okay, you have to parallel park 18-wheeler. Woo! Then you have to, it's called offset. You have to do a maneuver, which in the real world, now that I'm driving, is very beneficial. You need it, is essential, is what I'm trying to say, because you'll move from one dock and then you'll move the whole truck over to the next dock right over. So it's a smooth transition to get it in. It's like a snake movement, serpentine. So it's called offsetting. And then you have to learn how to do a straight back. So once you learn those three maneuvers and understand the rooter to the tutor of the truck, you go out on a road test, and that's your
Mhm.
final shebang. Once you get the road test down packed, they're going to take you on a course down the road. Make sure you know how to turn, make sure you know how to switch lanes properly, and operate the vehicle efficiently. Then you get your license.
So how many hours of
Yes.
time do you get before they put you actually on the road or to practice there? So is there what
You know
course
what?
like on campus or how do you do that?
Mhm. Yes. So I went to Shipper's Choice, and Shipper's Choice is out in Chester, Virginia, which is a good school. They just changed locations, so I don't have the exact address now. However, it really is not an amount of set hours. I got in after my first week in school. I got on the road. I was like, "Y'all sure? Y'all ready?" Because I didn't get down the shifting down pack, so I don't know if I should be on the road yet. But they was like, "No, go." And how I use the expression in life all the time that when a eagle has eaglets and she makes the nest uncomfortable for the eaglets, and what happens is she makes it pointy and sticky for them, and they don't want to stay. They don't know they can fly unless they're stuck into a situation that they have to fly. They're forced
Right.
to. They have to get out. So that's what they did to us. They forced us out and was like, "Go ahead, let me see what you can do." So couldn't nobody tell me I couldn't drive that bad boy straight. Okay, I could drive. Where are we going? I'm going straight. But when we start turning, I was like, "I'm gonna need some work, y'all. I'm gonna need a little bit of work." But I mean, really, I went full time. So you have an option of going full time or part time. And I decided to go full time Because I really quit my job. I went full into this, y'all. Like when I
Wow.
say I dropped every single thing, I woke up like I didn't want to do so. I was a captain too. So I wasn't like no regular security officer. I had a team underneath me and everything. And I had like 8 officers. I woke up one day and was like, I'm not doing it.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want to do it. I put my 2 weeks in and I said, that's it. I don't care. I don't have no plan B. This is it. I said, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it.
Wow.
So after that first few, I would say 16, I would say seven, I wouldn't even say 16 hours. After like the third day for real, they tell you go ahead and get in the truck. Yep.
Wow. I would have
Yes.
been terrified. Like, well, that's like throwing somebody in a pool and saying, listen, you're going to learn to swim today. Either you're going to
You gonna
sink or
sink
you're
or
going to figure
swim.
it out.
That's right. That's right. What you gonna do?
Wow. Oh my
Yes,
goodness. And
absolutely.
did you surprise yourself when
I
you
did. I
mm,
did. I really did.
wow.
At first, it was very challenging. I was watching YouTube videos. I was really trying to get shifting down pat because that was very foreign to me. I mean, I could drive this thing to Timbuktu if you wanted me to. I said I could drive, but we added a whole nother situation here doing the shifting. I'm like, whoa, whoa. And I wasn't I didn't have the best hand and eye coordination, you know what I mean? Because you
Mm.
got to use your hand, your foot, your eyes, your hands, everything is at the same time. So you're like, wait a minute.
Fail.
So so that was a huge challenge, but I spoke to a lot of a lot of the teachers, the mentors there. They have your back every step of the way. They give you their phone number. I'm talking about they spend extra time with you if you need it. They'll show you like little what did they say? Like, like little hacks. They're like, no, instead of doing it, do it like this so it's easier. Hold it like this instead of that. So your mind could, trick your mind. You be like, okay, I can rock with that. So once you start getting those and practicing, I mean, one guy, he was only there for a short time. He said, go home, sit in a chair. And I pulled out like one of those little card table chairs. I was sitting in a chair. He said, get your plunger and sit there and memorize the gears. And so I sat there with my foot movement and the gears, and I just kept going like that all night. All night. And when I went back the next day, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I was like, boom, boom, in that truck. Everybody was like, okay. I was like,
Love
yeah. Yes.
I
I
love it. I
love
love it. The
it.
determination is like, whoa.
Yes. Yes. And
Absolutely.
that was it. It was no plan B. So it was like, I have to get this. And I got a family too. So you can't tell me like, nah, failure is not an option here. So
Right.
whether it is a challenge, we gonna do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So you spoke of family. How
Yes.
do you deal with your scheduling, with
Yes.
being on the road, and then family? Because you're a very hands-on and involved
Yes.
person.
Yes, I really am. Yes, I'm glad you know that. That's one thing about me. I'm very hands-on. I mean, I don't skip a beat with the family. Um, and Ashley too. My wife, she'll tell you, we schedule things together. Okay, we be like, okay, what's going on? Okay, what you got going on this day? What's today? Okay, that was so we pencil in a lot of things and we make time. What did they say? They say you make time for what you want. So we make time for what we want. We fit it in, we fit the
Absolutely.
kids in, we fit us in, we put our private time, we fit that in. And sometimes it's impromptu. We be like, oh, we ain't scheduled this, but what's up? Um,
Right.
it's very rewarding because I have a home terminal here in Richmond, and let's say I had one time I had to go through I don't know, I was going somewhere, I don't know, North Carolina, and I was like, let's go all the way to Michigan. Well, I stopped here for like 4 hours. I was like, babe, you want sneaky link it? Okay, never mind, come on, let's go. And I stopped for for a few hours at home. to make time, and it could be very rewarding, and it's exciting. You can make time for what you want to. So
And
I
that's
do very well with the kids. I
mm,
mean, I mean, I'm calling the schools. I'm talking to my wife. I mean, we just make it happen.
that
Yeah,
is
I
so,
believe
Hmm.
that.
so awesome. It's so needed because you see they're so demanding with the job, and you're like you're here
Yes.
today and there tomorrow, and
Yes.
it'll be so easy to get caught up and focused on that, and then the other areas
Yes.
of your life get neglected. So that's great that y'all can work that out and you're
Exactly. Jasmine,
focused
can I
on
just
that.
brag on you for a minute? Can you tell them what's some of the longest amount of times you've been out on the road?
Oh, go ahead. Wait, say that again. It was breaking
I
up.
said,
One more time. I'm sorry.
what's the longest or some of the longest length of time that you have been gone?
Yes. Wow. Probably almost a month at one time. So I'll be gone for
Wow.
about 3.5 weeks. I think that was my longest time. And you can go longer. But me and my wife, she'd be like, go ahead, put that home time in. Home time. And I was like, but I'm out. I'm out making this money. She like, home time. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna make it
Gotta keep
happen.
you grounded, like, don't you
Exactly.
forget, I'm over here waiting on you. What you talking about?
Exactly. And I just want to brag on the fact that you said you 3 weeks. There are
3
folks
Yes.
who come home every day and make excuses for not being present, whether that's in their children's lives,
Yes.
in their
Yes.
for their family, in their marriage,
Yes.
whatever the case may be. But you physically can't sometimes be there because
Yes.
this is your job, but you still make your
Yes.
presence known and you are still very much involved. And I
Yes.
just want to kudos to you for that because
Yes.
that's
Absolutely.
I
that's a thing.
appreciate that. Thank you. That
Yeah.
it is a tough task at times because to correct a teenage, because we have 2 kids, 13 and 7, 2 boys, and to be able this is and this is really for real, um to have a conversation with him. I'd be like, put him on the phone. I'm on FaceTime. What happened? What's going on now? You trying to rectify what's happening in the home or at school, depending on what's going on, whatever the situation is. So I have to be stern sometimes. My presence is felt, but it can be exhausting. It can be a challenge. Or just having a communication with him, like, yo, what's going on with you today? Like, how was your day, man? All right, well, you can't talk too much in school. You can't be doing all of that. You know what I mean? You still have to be there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whether I'm on FaceTime or not. So yeah, we gotta make it happen.
That's important. Wow. I
Yes.
I just applaud you. You need to be the poster person for truck drivers, male or female. Like, this is what you need to do. Your family
Exactly.
should
This
not
is the
get
standard.
neglected. Wow. Oh my
It's
goodness.
tough.
Absolutely.
It's tough.
Now,
I
you
appreciate
said
that.
that your father he drives trucks as well. So
Yes.
what was his response and your family and friends when you told them that you were
Yes.
getting ready to do this? Was he like excited and supportive or like, no, don't do that?
Yeah. You know what? Um, he was excited. He was like, go on now, professional driver. I see you. I see you, And he was a really huge influence from the beginning. I mean, he would tell me like little things. He'd be like, if you make 100, 200,000, can't nobody tell you nothing. You know that, right? Like, this is before I even got into trucking. So he had me excited, not just about the money, but he was just I mean, he made his own schedule. He makes his own time. He's like, yo, I get to see the world and I come and be a great father and I talk to y'all and I do this and I do that. And I'm like, that's what's up. That's what's up. I do that. And my mom, she was so supportive from day one.
Wow.
She was just like, hey, Jazz, I know you a go-getter. Go do it. And she'll call me every once in a while. I'm on the road and she watch other female truckers. There's a lot of YouTube truckers out there. So she sends me a lot of stuff on Facebook and stuff. And she was like, she hit me with terms. She was like, you out there riding and doing this and that. I'm like, Mom, you seen this? How you know? She just she's very intuitive, like she knows what's happening, and she's been supportive since day one. My stepfather, Ashley, my grandma, everybody's been in my corner, and they be like, "Go ahead, Jazz." It's
And
amazing.
and that's gotta help out a lot too, because if you
Yes,
have your family and friends rallying with you and supporting you, then you
yeah,
like, I'm fearless. I can do anything. I got these are
seriously.
my ride or dies over here.
Yes, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
That's for real.
Well, that's good that you have that support like that. That makes it
Yes,
all worthwhile. Yeah.
it does.
Really.
It really
Jackie had
does.
said that her sister drove for about 7 years.
Get
Yeah.
out.
Isn't that I
That's all
was
right.
I know that is absolutely awesome. And Felicia was saying, she said, I see more women becoming truck drivers. My
Yes.
mom's so growing up, my mom used to make this joke that we were
Mhm.
driving her crazy. And by the time we all graduated from high school, she was gonna get
Mhm.
an 18-wheeler. And
Okay.
she said, y'all ain't gonna be able to find me. You're gonna be calling me. I'm gonna be breaker, breaker. I don't know where I'm at.
Breaker, breaker. Ah! She gonna be on
That's what she said. I used to crack up
Yes.
laughing, and I used to think about, because she's like 5'3", she's this little thing in this
Yes.
big truck, and I could so see my mom just barreling down.
Yes. Yeah,
You
for
know,
real.
so that's so funny. What is one of your favorite places that you've been?
One of the favorite places that I've been. I love a lot. Let's see. The most favorite. The most favorite. I've been to Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado is probably the most beautiful place that I have been because of the mountains, whether it's snowing or not. The
Yes.
scenery, the food, the atmosphere in Denver is
Yeah.
like
You
all
feel
that.
like
I
God
mean,
is there. Like that is literally
yes,
the
yes.
definition of God country.
Seriously, like
Yeah.
it's a
I cried
different
up
vibe.
there. It was that. It was like that. I feel you on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
total different vibe. So
Yeah.
Denver was like all that. I've been to Texas, I've been to Wyoming, I've been to, you know, I've been all over, but Denver, that place right there is pretty special.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would agree. I was there for actually was in Vale, but kind of cold. But where I was in Vale, it was all
Hmm.
the same atmosphere. And I was like,
Yes.
oh my God, this is amazing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I
But
can
even
agree
the
with that.
people, the
Yeah,
people, it's lit. Like it's
yeah,
lit. It don't even matter if you go to the Walmart down the street. It's lit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. We flew into Denver and then stayed out right outside of like Colorado Springs. So we got to
Yes.
do that, that nice ride and get to be able to
Yes.
see everything. And you're right,
Yes.
the people and the vibe really was
The
just like
vibe. Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
it
It
is.
it really is. That's awesome. That is so, so
Yes.
awesome. April, what's our next question? She's just
what is the culture like? So now you've been on the road for a while. What is the
Yes.
culture when you stop at a place, or how is it with the men and women? Are they you get the respect? Do they still look at you like, what are you doing? How is it?
No. It's when you get out on that road, and you're traveling, you stop at the truck stops. They do look at you like, okay, little lady, I see you. Um, but it's nothing but respect. I mean, I've been in the game for a minute now, and they it's between men and women. It's like an unspoken respect for one another.
Mm,
Nobody oversteps. Nobody does too much. Of course, in the trucking game, everybody's pressed for time. So I
mm,
think that is our, that's the one thing against us. So you
mm,
might come across a very impatient trucker. Well, he might not have time on his clock. So he's going to be very short with you. He might drive aggressively. And that's another thing. But we do have a respect. If you didn't catch him at that time, I'm pretty sure he's probably one of the most respectful people out here. So between men and women, everybody is like for themselves, but they have a mutual respect, and they'll help anybody that comes along their path. Whether you're regular,
mm,
you're trucker, you're new, whether you're old timer, everybody is willing to say, hey, what's going on, man? You good? All right, have a good one. Everybody's nice.
Oh, well,
I
that's
like
good.
that.
Mm.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
different.
And it's everywhere you go.
The
Really?
respect is definitely
It's
necessary.
respect.
Yeah,
It's
because
more
in
than
other fields you have men that look down on the women like,
Right.
what are you doing this for? You don't
They
know what you're
do.
doing. Here, move out the way. You can't do this. You know what you're doing. But
Right. Right.
there's that respect that's there, and
Yes.
you feel that and you see it. That's good. That makes you just
Yes.
wanna continue on. Wow, I am completely fascinated with this. Not that I
I
want to do it. No, no, no. I'll let y'all have that because the truck. Like when I come up against y'all on the road, I'm like, okay, I'm just going around you
Yes.
because I've seen good and bad. I've seen those
Yes.
that are in and out of the lanes.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to stay
Right.
in this lane. And then I've seen those that are like running it, like just going. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna come on this side and
Right.
stay away from you. You got that lane, have it.
Right. Right. Right.
I don't need
Exactly.
you coming in contact with me at all.
Not at all. No, no.
Wow. Oh my
yeah, exactly.
goodness.
You don't want that either. What's your cabin like?
Well, my cabin, well, we in here a little bit. We low key. It's I kind of make it homey. So right now, kind of like stripped it bare, try to like clean everything a little bit. But I make it homey as possible because this is my apartment or slash, home on the go. So you want to make it as comfortable as possible. I got my little pillows, my throw blankets. Um, I keep a little sweet little snacks. I keep, my healthy stuff on the side. As a trucker, our hours could vary. So, you gotta have something healthy to snack on. You can't just eat nothing crazy. So I do have a little bit of everything in the truck with me. And I keep my phone, I keep music with me. Oh, you gotta keep some music with you. Keep some good tunes. Because it does get a little lonely out there. When you on the road, let me tell you, you could be on the road. They be like, yeah, today you're doing about 600 and something miles. That's a hard day, 600 to 700 miles. That's a long day. So you need some, to get something to chew on, something to snack on, get you some good tunes, some music. Um, and keep yourself occupied, man. And that's I keep like I do have like a screensaver on my phone. I keep like the family photos of us up and stuff like that. Like I just keep myself interested. Like, yo, hey, what's happening? So it's I keep home in here. And that's what I do. That's how the
Nice.
cabinet. Oh, and I cook too. I got like a little I got like an air fryer. I got like a little hot plate. Yeah, we gotta eat good too. We gotta eat
Yeah.
good.
Now, I have seen some truckers who started out in the field and they were
Yes.
small, and then I see them a couple of years later and they have
Yes.
blew up. So I
Yes.
can
Yes.
imagine all of and you were talking about eating healthy, which is good. Continue that up. The people that have
Yes.
this not eating well at all
Seriously.
because you just have to eat on the go like that.
Yes.
It's
But
just so easy
that's
with them.
Jasmine's being intentional about that because think about it. If she didn't, her livelihood is in jeopardy.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Because
absolutely.
if at a certain point they have you have to do physicals, correct?
Yes, every 2 years for a trucker, you have to do a physical,
Wow.
and they check on your cholesterol, they check your weight, your height, your eyesight. So if you're not eating well, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're messing up your livelihood.
Mhm.
This is our money here. So we really have to not just protect the CDL, but we have to protect ourselves too. So
Yeah.
even sitting long periods of time, I work out. I might, do a few. I haven't did a crunch and I don't know how long, but but I do. I'll do like some push-ups or something, or I do have a weight. So I keep something with me and I keep my legs moving. I'll keep pumping, and I'll go for walks too. So if I stop at a
Mhm.
truck stop, or I'm at my terminal or any town, I'm, of course I keep some protection with me and stuff. I'm a female. I'm walking it, but I walk. I
Mhm.
stay in movement because I'm sitting down for 10 to 11 hours of the day. I'm going to move.
Yeah.
So, yes, everything is intentional. I might even fast for a few hours throughout the day. So it's like, okay, at the peak of the day, I'm not going to just eat a greasy or fat meal. I'm going to fast.
Mhm.
And I'll drink some water. You know, I'll pray or I'll meditate on, okay, what are the things that I have to do? What, you know, what inspires me? What keeps me going? And then after I settle down, then I could say, I can eat a meal now. You know, I can
Yeah.
eat something without carbs, or I can eat something pretty healthy, and I
Mhm.
keep it moving. Yes.
I think it's so easy for people to not take care of themselves to the point to where doing this, to where when they go for that physical, it's like, no, you are a safety hazard, you are a
Yes.
liability.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
just think about from the medical aspect, sitting those hours and hours on end, your
Yes.
it's more difficult for the blood in lower extremities to
Yes.
back up. So it sits
Exactly.
there that forms clots and they
Yep.
throw a clot, you having a heart attack or stroke before
Exactly.
a truck is running over people, killing people
Exactly.
on the highway. So,
Exactly.
truckers, please take care of
Yes.
yourselves. We are
Yes.
dependent on that. So my
That's all right.
mom
Jasmine and I got you. We about to start something.
Yes. Seriously.
right.
Seriously. Okay. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So my
That
mom
is for
asked
sure.
a question. She said, you mentioned aggressive drivers. Are there a lot of aggressive drivers out there?
Yes. There is a lot of aggressive drivers out there. And what happens, like, and it's no excuse. A lot of drivers, they've been in the game for a long time. They know how it is. Sometimes, so I drive multiple trucks right now. I drive an international 21 2021 international. And when you're with a big company, they usually govern off a certain speed for you. So
Mm,
my speed, I'm talking about flooring it, I go to 63. Okay, that's not fast at all. But
wow.
in a big semi, that's pretty fast. But
Mhm.
there's other trucks and other truckers, you know, they purchase their truck without a big company and they don't have a governed cutoff speed. Their top speeds can go to 75 to 85
Oh
miles
my
per
God.
hour. Yes, and what happens is that number one, this is a very pressure, and a lot of people might not know the game, but it's a very tight, pressured field to be in. So it's a mix of everything. It's a mix of customer service and it's a mix of, you know, prompt being on time and prompt. And you want to have the best reputation. Like everybody wants to be Top Gun.
Mhm.
And to be Top Gun, not only do you have to be on time, but you have to be efficient. And that's when some people might feel the pressure of, oh man, it's crunch time. You know, it was just traffic back there, but the shipper don't know that, or you know, where I gotta drop off, they don't know what I just been through. So I'm just gonna gun it and get there.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Oh
and
wow.
and really, I'm new in the game, but I understand the safety of others. You know, some people might not have you know, the consideration of others. They're just thinking about themselves.
Mhm.
So a lot of us newbies, we in here, we understand that we want to arrive alive. Like we want to arrive on time. We want to make ourselves look good, but we want to do what's right too. You know, we want to have longevity in the game. And these people, some of them, they out here speeding and getting the trucks turned over and things like that. That's because they are under pressure and they
Wow.
might not know how to handle the pressure. And so,
Mhm.
and then that goes into mental health, and that's a whole nother situation because you know, I've for the last few years I've been working on my personal mental health and emotional awareness as well. So other truckers might not have that. And
Wow.
that's a serious thing. It's serious.
Yeah, because you're on the road for so long
Yes.
by yourselves. Like, you start developing an imaginary friend, and it's like you have to have full blown conversation. Like, what is wrong with you? Are you all right? Now,
Yes.
are there truckers that are aggressive with other truckers? Because I have literally been on the highway and
Hmm.
let off the gas because of how one was cutting another one off. And I was like, you
Yes.
do that. So they do that.
Yes. They get very aggressive. Like I said, this is the heat is on, okay? Because we got to travel states and days. Some people don't do those, in a few weeks time and stuff like that. Like we change months, like we change in underwear. Okay,
Yeah.
we're constantly moving, and the pressure of being on time, and we're under pressure because we could be in violation of not getting the load where we need it to go, or we can be in violation of running out of time. Next thing you know, if we run out of time, we're not going to get the money that we need to
Mhm.
have. So it does have a lot of aggression in the game, except especially if someone doesn't have emotional intelligence enough to say, hey, you know what, I'm a fall back, or I'm gonna call it in late, because you know what, I'd rather do that opposed to get myself into a sticky situation. Some people might not have that, but does it happen? Absolutely. You have two people that have huge egos, and they think they top dogs, and they're gonna go out for each other. It happens. It
Mhm.
definitely happens.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So
Your
if
mom said,
you're
well, I'm
late,
out of everybody's way. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I appreciate that little tidbit
right,
because that gives me, as a car driver,
right.
another perspective, is because I see people cut trucks off all the time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm definitely at certain points in time have gone around them. I had no idea that you couldn't go more than 63. The one
Right.
time I drove a 27-footer like food truck, I wasn't
Yes.
trying to go over 55. So I feel what you say, like, because it
Right.
does feel like fast like that. And people just think, oh, okay, you could just stop. This is not that kind of
No,
Yeah.
at
Don't
that's
all.
don't
At
do it.
all.
a lot of metal to try to
Exactly.
stop right there.
You don't want to play with chief, and you don't
Right.
want to. And I was like, I'm not sure about this. I had an ex that was a truck driver for a hot second, but he was telling me that, like, God forbid you do end up in an accident and someone dies, you go to jail for
Right.
vehicular manslaughter. Like,
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
like,
Yep.
there's no cut
wow.
dry. Like, that's it. Like, you're done.
Absolutely. Especially, see, that's why you always have to be on your P's and Q's. So, a lot of people, um, we call them four wheelers. So four wheelers, that's the people in the car, so we call them four wheelers, and they just come off of an exit, whether they coming up slow or fast, or however they do it. And it's like, you have no idea that I have to prepare for my reaction time, your reaction time, somebody behind me and in front of you. So I'm thinking for everybody on this road. And that goes into the intelligence and being aware and understanding. So I have to be like really on my P's and Q's. I can't eat food that is making me sluggish and I'm tired. I can't, because I have to be on point. And a lot of things, and a lot of the collisions, from people either cutting you off and stuff like that, minimize your distractions. I am fully focused on the road. Even if Ashley call me or my mom calls, I'm like, hey, how's it going, guys? I'm not touching the phone. I'm like, nope, this is serious business. Because I could harm myself and I could harm someone else. Even if it wasn't even my fault, it could be their fault. So be on the P's and Q's at all times. But that's what makes you keep your head on the swivel, and it makes it so much more interesting. Um, because it's it's a rewarding thing, because not everybody can handle that type of pressure all day. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's something. Especially the four wheelers don't know. I could flatten you like a pancake, sir. You need to get up out of here.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this coming off the ramp thing, because I'm one of these people that when I'm coming off the ramp to get on the highway, I'm gunning it. And if y'all are in that lane, I'm gunning it. Now,
Yes.
tell me what I need to do. Do I need to slow down and get get behind you, or do I
Yeah.
need to gun it and get in front of you and get over? Tell me, because I want to do
All
it the
right.
right way.
All right, no problem. So if well, first of all, I'll explain the three lanes. So usually on the highway, and in most cases there's two lanes, and some there's three. You got your fast lane, that's the hammer lane. Okay, some in certain states, trucks not even supposed to be in that hammer lane, but we hammering it. Okay, we going 65, 70 or faster. So anyway, the middle lane is the passing lane. Okay, so truckers really are to be in the middle lane,
Oh,
especially when there's merging traffic coming on. Now, what happens, four-wheelers don't understand that it might be a congested highway. There's times where I can't get into my passing lane due to now the third lane is called the dummy lane, the slow lane. Now um now the dummy slow lane is and these are trucker terminologies here. You know, everybody got different terms for them. But the slow lane, um that's for people like me. My truck only goes 63, so I'm not getting in that 60. I'm not getting in the passing lane unless people are coming over off that yield, off that ramp. So in the case of you guys coming down, or as a four-wheeler, you should already see me coming, because I've seen you coming, but you need to see me coming, and make a great guesstimation on, if we end up, who's going first. Now me, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm not going to go faster, because I know y'all got to merge up on this road, on this highway. So I'm not going to continue gunning it. I'm going to slowly take my foot off the accelerator, and I'm gonna ease back a little bit, so you guys have the right of way to get on. Now,
wow.
do a lot of truckers think like what I just said? Absolutely
No,
not.
no.
No, they don't. But the proper way is a semi truck, if they are or if they can get over into the passing lane. So whoever's merging and yielding on, they can get on with no problem, because we are huge, we are big. But when we are unable to, if we're going too fast, if they're going faster than 63, like me, they'll pass you, you get behind us. If we're
No.
definitely going at a great pace, please don't hit your brakes, go try to hit us, go in front of us. Don't do it. Let the truck go. You just go right behind us, because we're going at a great speed, and we can't really slow down that fast. It takes about a football field to really slow down, seriously.
Oh, wow. That's
Yes,
Yeah.
huge.
that's huge. A
Well, I'm going
football
to need
lane.
you to start a company where you have a master class where you teach truckers
Yes,
across the world this principle, because they don't do it.
yes,
I just drove from New Jersey to Texas 2 weeks ago, and I promise
yes,
I remember coming off a ramp. And when I say that trucker was right there, I'm like, dude, what are you
yeah,
doing? And so I
yeah.
ended up having to like stop at the end of the ramp, because I felt
Oh
like
man.
they sped up and went
Right.
faster. I said, okay, it's not that serious. I
Yeah, it's
know how
really
to
not.
ride this highway. So thank
Right.
you for that. So now I know, and I'm not gonna fuss at the truckers anymore, because I was like, I didn't check that on my way. I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna show some grace, because
Yes.
I understand now even more what you have to deal with. Wow.
Yes. It's a lot of pressure. It can have a lot of pressure. So it's really intense. It can be very intense, but at the same time, um, you know, because you have to juggle a lot, even though you're sitting down at one time, or sitting down for long periods of time, it
Mhm.
still is a lot. My brain, my eyes are moving constantly. I have to think. I'm like mentally exhausted by the end of the day. Not
Yeah.
only that, we still got to hook up to a big trailer, unhook it. We get to a shipper, we talk to the shipper. We still have to have great customer service and talk to people, because we're representing not only ourselves, the company that we may work for. So it's a all around well-rounded, field to work in. So pressure.
Oh, did we lose her?
Look like I'm having trouble.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
There we go.
I was like, we heard pressure and then that was it.
Oh, but no, it can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, the pressure could be on, but it's very rewarding actually. And you know what? I'm glad you said that the end goal, one of my um major things that I wanted to do is have a training school. That is like a long-term goal in trucking, is to absolutely have a academy or start a company where I can show other people, women, men, female, anybody, that they can do this too. And just as well as I went to school and I tried, let's do it. You know, I
Well,
want to create that
That.
atmosphere.
well,
I
there's your
Yes.
love it.
confirmation. You need to look into that and see what you can do because I believe people, companies are, in my opinion, they're just so focused on making this money, and
Yes.
they don't put in
Yes.
the valuable time that their drivers need, not of
Absolutely.
well-rounded. You talked about mental health, you talked about physical health,
Yes.
all of that being safe. They don't, I
Yes.
feel that a lot of them don't get that. It's here, let me send you through this training. All right, I'm gonna put you in this truck. I need this shipment over here in
Yeah.
Texas by Wednesday.
Right.
Exactly.
So
That's
you're
it.
not worried about my mind? Am I mentally ready
No.
for this? Are you
Right.
worried if do
No.
I have all the safety checks? Like, do I have what's
Exactly.
necessary? So that's important. Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God, we are like wait, we we get to talking and the time gets rolling. So you
This
talk
has
so
been great.
this has been good. So you talked about your long-term goal, which was to start the academy. Is there anything else in trucking long term that you have thought about that you want to do?
Yes, multiple businesses, and when I say multiple businesses, they are different avenues in trucking. Because right now I haul drive-in, so that's just like your regular 53-foot trailer. That could be anything from dry goods to who knows, beer cans. I mean, it could be anything. However, I could haul hazardous material. You know, I can
Mhm,
do that. But one goal also for myself is to have a successful trucking company, in like I said, branch off into different avenues. So I could, use my CDL and teach other people as well. To once you get your CDL, you can get a bus. You can, like an old bus, gut it out, make it, turn it into whatever you want it. Mobile salon, mobile gaming trucks. You know, I seen somebody put a bowling alley in the back of their thing. Like, so it's a mobile, like a arcade mobile thing.
mhm,
You have to think outside the box nowadays. And a lot of people like convenience.
mhm.
So I'm in the game of being convenient, and I can come to you with a service and a product that you may need. So that in the near future is something that I will branch out to do.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Y'all better watch out for Jasmine. She has some stuff she's getting ready to do.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know you will be successful at it because you have the
Thank you.
drive and the
Thank you.
determination, and your mind is amazing. And I'm not
Thank
going
you.
to go into that area, but you have such a creative mind, and I want you to really utilize that to get the great things that's coming. There's great things coming. God has
Thank you.
placed that in you for a reason, so utilize that.
Thank you.
It's there.
Thank you.
Write that stuff down, get it all planned out, and don't
Yes.
hesitate. Don't wait and say, "Oh, I'm going to wait, a couple years down the road." No, if He has put it
Nah.
in you, then it's for you to do immediately
Yes.
so you can reap the
Absolutely.
rewards of that. And you have great
Absolutely.
support, so it's not like you're going to be doing it alone. You got the support that
Right.
you need.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank
Goodness.
you.
Oh my goodness. Morgan. Oh my God.
Isn't
I
she
can talk to you right now. Like, oh my God.
fantastic? I know. That's how I felt. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I've also known her all my life. Like my
Yes.
Yeah.
whole life. You
Seriously.
know what I mean? So it's
Yes.
so I'm so thankful for you, Jasmine. I
I'm
appreciate you.
thankful.
Especially all that you have shared today. Like I even have even greater appreciation for you and even your time for
Thank
this.
you.
So
Thank you.
thank you very, very much doing this for us, for sharing yourself, your spirit, what you do. Thousands of hugs, and dude, I owe you
Yes.
whatever meal I'm definitely
Mac
making it for
and
your birthday.
cheese.
Trust me, you got that. That's on the house.
That
Wait
mac
a
and
minute,
cheese, honey.
That mac and cheese. She
I'm
stood up for the
dreaming
mac and
about
cheese,
it.
y'all.
It's
I feel slighted.
savory. Oh
I
my
have not been
goodness.
You
offered
feel
any
slighted?
food. I feel slighted. Like, what? You are, what?
April. Now you know, because you done moved states. Now for real, when we like meet, I'ma have to just cook. So just let me know everything is situated, and then I just will come because you got the pots and pans. We're
Yeah,
good.
I need you to come live. I don't want anything shipped in the mail. I need you to be physically here and
Yeah, no,
cooking.
I'm coming. Listen, I'm coming. Now that, like I said, you moved there and my 3 favorite people now live in Texas, like I'm about to do a Texas tour.
There
So
you go.
I'm gonna hit
That's
you,
what's up.
Jasmine, for like the best routes. How am I gonna do that? From Delaware, because I got a couple spots in Texas to hit, okay?
Look, holla at me. Holla at me.
That part, because I don't really like to drive. So
Yeah. I'll let you know. I'll let you know what's up.
absolutely. I'm great company.
Yes, for real. I got you. No
Well,
doubt.
we thank you
Yeah.
so much for your time. This has been awesome. I have enjoyed every minute of it. You are just filled with such good information. And
Thank you.
hopefully, everyone that's watched and who will watch the show later will get the information that they need to help them to be safe on the road and to
Yes.
respect these 18 wheelers because, we the four wheelers. So
Yeah. Yes.
That's
four
it.
wheelers need to respect the 18 wheelers. So,
Yes.
Exactly.
y'all, on next Tuesday, we have who I have dubbed her as an entrepreneur extraordinaire. She has multiple businesses, and we're going to hear all about it. Her name is it Bronte? Is that how you
Yes.
say it?
Bronte. Yes.
Bronte Mowbray. She's going to be
Mhm.
our guest next week, and she's going to tell us how we can have multiple streams of income
Okay.
and be very successful. I need to hear from her so I can know just how to strategically place everything that I'm doing and just watch it roll in and be
Yes. What I
successful
say,
and in
boss,
the
boss.
yeah, so she is a boss for real. And we are going to learn. So, ladies, if you are interested in the trucking business, Jasmine has come on here and let you know that you can do that. Do not
Mhm.
limit yourself to this is a female role and this is a male role. No, if you're interested in that, whatever it is in your life, go for it. If you were wondering, now you know. Jasmine has let you know you can do it. If they can do it,
Yes.
we can do it too.
Yes.
So, we come here to encourage you, to empower you, to inspire you, and motivate you to live your best life and be a better version of yourself than you were on yesterday. Because we're constantly working to improve and be better on a daily basis. So I hope y'all are just as excited as I am, and I know Morgan is. So we'll be back here next Tuesday at
Yeah.
7:15.
Exactly.
7:15, we will be here and we're going to talk with Bronte next week about being this amazing entrepreneur that she is. We hope y'all enjoy. Don't forget, message us. Even if you just want to message us and say, hey, this is a great show. You guys are doing awesome. We would like the encouragement too. I mean, we see all of your responses and stuff, but it would be nice every now and then to get an encouraging word to let us know that y'all are enjoying it. So I'm gonna put that out there.
Yes.
Y'all just
That
put that
part.
out there. You'll know what to do. So we'll see you
Yes.
guys next week. Thank you, Jasmine, so
Exactly.
much for
Till
Thank you,
next
ladies.
Rose.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you
Yeah.
guys. Enjoy.
Have a good one.
Yeah. You too. That's
Glow, glow, glow. Hey! truck. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, one more juicy. Coming up. Yeah.